What is up, fellow geeks? Super Geek Girl here, coming to you live as usual from Studiopolis Zone, Studio SGG in the heart of Studiopolis Zone, I should say. Hope you guys are having a lovely Sunday and happy Gay Lawyers Sunday. Yes, it is time to go back to Ace Attorney for a little bit, but before that, I have tales to tell from Anime Frontier. So we will start with that. First off, hello Sleepy, hello Zach, hello Gabe, hello Tyrant, and hello Stumpy. Welcome, everybody. Hope y'all are having an awesome weekend. So, as y'all know, I went to Anime Frontier in Fort Worth yesterday, and it was an exhausting but overall very, very fun time that I had there. So I'll just take it from the top, shall I? So as you guys know, the main reason I went to Anime Frontier was to take part in the Bang Zoom open auditions, which was not for a specific show or role they were casting for, but it was for basically the chance to visit Bang Zoom in California and get on their roster, basically. Audition for them, speak with the casting directors, get all that inside info. I think I just hit the mic. Sorry if my voice is scratchy. That sort of stuff. So still, kind of a huge deal. And this was the first time they had brought this competition to Texas, so I was thrilled to compete. I got there at about 8 a.m. on Saturday because I was told that's when the doors open for queuing, and figured I'd be fine. Much to my shock, there were already so many people lined up, ready to go. I counted at least like 70 some odd people ahead of me in line. So that was kind of shocking. But anyway, once they finally let us in and got us into the room, I was met with an even greater shock. Apparently, Bang Zoom had not counted on this being as big of a deal as it was, and was not counting on this many people. So only the first 70 people were guaranteed a slot to audition. Everybody else would have to participate in a raffle to get their spot. And initially, I thought I was going to be part of the raffle crowd, but I guess between the time they made the announcement and the time I actually got my number for auditioning, they had opened up a second round of auditions, so I was able to get in after all. So, you know, starting off the day with a minor heart attack, but it was fine. It was fine. We made it through. I was on the list, and we were good to go. Hello, Spiral. Welcome. Yes, unfortunately, you missed the hospital. That was on Tuesday. But you can still tune in for the amusement park and the church and the finale, possibly, when I come back from my Christmas vacation. So don't worry. If you did miss it, it is up on my YouTube channel if you wanted to catch the VOD. I know it's not quite the same thing as catching it live, but you can still see. And the mirror scene was horrible! The mirror scene was terrible! I hated it! But anyway, back to Anime Frontier. Yeah, no, it was bull. I was quite upset at the beginning. But you know, it is what it is. There were a lot of people who ended up leaving because of that. So I mean, I guess in the end it was less competition, so it kind of worked out in my favor, I guess. I hate saying it like that, but it kind of did. But anyway, the con was packed as I expected it to be. It had been a long time since I've been to an anime convention proper. Hey, what's up, Bushmaster? Welcome. Thanks so much for tuning in. So I roamed around the con floor for a little bit. Usually I just kind of stick to the vendors. But on recommendation from some new friends that I had spoken with in line, I meandered mostly around Artist Alley this time. And I'm so glad I did, because there were so many incredible artists and so much cute stuff in Artist Alley. I didn't have a lot of spending money. I did pick up some cute bespoke earrings, because nerdy ass earrings are my weakness. There may have been a print picked up too, but I mostly spent my time on the floor checking out the artists, and maybe sometime next year you guys will be able to see their artwork. I may be commissioning some of the artists that I met at Anime Frontier for prints that I may be autographing live on Twitch at some point next year. So stay tuned for more information about that. Yeah. So Bushmaster was also at the auditions, by the way. He and I are buds. As he kind of said, I went into the first round. It was a cold read of just a random character with lines. Go on stage, read the lines, do the best you can. I did a pretty good job. Pretty good enough to make it to the next round of competition. So they only picked out 4 people from each round out of a room of like 60, 70 folks. So I did make it to the next round of competition, which was a live dubbing session in front of a live audience. So what they did was they pulled the finalists up and had them dub scenes from stuff like Rurouni Kenshin, Undead Unluck. The scene I got was from Dandadan, which, lucky me, I've already been watching the show and was well familiar with the scene and with Momo. It was actually a scene from the first episode where Momo, like, tells Okarun off for being a total nerd. So that was fun. So I read that, did my thing, and unfortunately, I did not win. I was one of the finalists, but I did not win the competition, so sad days. But I will say, the guy who won, I believe his name was Anthony Fan, he did an incredible job. He read as Aoshi from Rurouni Kenshin, and I will tell you, dude deserved to win. He did a wonderful job, as did all of the finalists. Like, I was really blown away by the amount of talent in the room. And, thank you. And, you know, like, honestly, yeah, obviously I was sad about not winning, you know. You go in there, you make it... Don't play the yippee when I'm sad. Obviously, I wanted to win. We all wanted to win. But after I had gotten the sadness out of my system, overall, it was probably one of the better con experiences I've had down pat. It has been a long time since I've been doing anime con, and especially getting to connect with so many voice actors on a personal, in-person level like that was so cool. It was so awesome. Like, I had never met a bunch of these people before. Some of these people I had met briefly in Crunchyroll and became instant friends with. Some people I had met for the very first time that day and became instant friends with. It was a beautiful thing being surrounded by that many supportive people, and it was awesome, man. It was so good. So even though I didn't win, I had a fantastic time. And if Bang Zoom ever decides to come back to Texas and do another round of auditions, bruh, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, and we're gonna give it another go. And hell, this next time I might even win. So if I did end up seeing you at Anime Frontier, it was great seeing you. Great getting to meet you guys in person. And if you guys want me to show up to your local con not just as an attendee, but as an actual guest, you guys need to reach out to your local con organizers and tell them to get Ariel Graham onto the next con. I'm actually going to have a video with all the information for con bookings coming out before the end of this month. So if you guys want me at your next local anime con, stay tuned because I will have information on how you guys can get me on board. So there you go. That is my Anime Frontier experience. I had a fantastic time. I made so many new friends, and it was awesome, man. It was so awesome, and I may have made some industry contacts as well, but I can't really talk about that at the moment. That will come later. All right, I know I got some questions coming in, so let me go back here in my chat. Proud of you for getting around to. Thank you. Maybe one day Studiopolis will have auditions at a con so you could work with them in Sonic. That would be amazing. This was the first time that I got to do an open casting call audition on this scale. Usually when I'm doing auditions, it's just me alone in my booth, throwing it out to the wind and praying to God that the right person hears it. This was a very different experience, and I'm really glad that I got to experience that. Dumb question. Oh, I got a head pat.
Thank you. Thank you for the head pat. We appreciate it. Thank you.
How was it standing in front of everybody? You know, I have had experience performing in front of crowds previously. I am a theater kid. So getting up and performing for a crowd is no big thing for me. Like, I was completely comfortable with it. I mean, yeah, I did have nerves, like, right at the beginning. There's always going to be nerves before you go up on stage. But once I'm up there, I was just in my element. I started out doing silly voices in front of people, so, I mean, it was no big thing for me. There were definitely some people who I could tell the nerves were getting to them, though. Like, their papers were, like, shaking in their hands as they were reading it, and I felt really bad for them. But everybody who auditioned, I think, did a fantastic job. You could tell that they were passionate about it, they wanted to be there, and they did the best that they could. And there's just something so nice about seeing people giving it their all. It's really nice to see and really nice to be a part of that. Has there ever been a time in any Ace Attorney game where someone on trial has been sentenced to death? I'm not outright. Not outright. It has been implied, as Zach mentioned earlier. It was implied. We know that Manfred von Karma and Dahlia Hawthorne both died in prison. And Morgan, it's implied that they died in prison, but it wasn't outright stated by the judge. It's like, your sentence is death by whatever method they use in Japan. The death penalty in Japan is actually super rare. Like, I think it's only happened like a handful of times. But no, to my knowledge, there have been some culprits who have died in prison, but no one has been sentenced outright to death, to my knowledge. Hey, what's up, NSM? Welcome. I actually just gave my con recap. You just missed it. But the long story short, I made it to the final rounds of the Bang Zoom auditions. I didn't win, but I still had a fantastic time. That's the short version of what happened. The Japanese version confirmed that Von Karma and Morgan were executed, and Dahlia was confirmed in the English version. Got it. Yeah, it's a little confusing how the law works in Japan, California. Let's see. Some other stuff I wanted to touch on. Yeah, no, I didn't get to talk about it. Actually, I did talk about it briefly, on Thursday. But yeah, no, dude, I was super right. I was super right about Gigi. I was super right about the guy in Dandadan. Absolutely, first crush and first childhood friend. I called that so hard, and I'm so proud of that. All right. So, with that out of the way, just a quick reminder, there will be no streams next week. No streams next week because I am going to be on Christmas vacation with my folks. So I will be back Monday the 16th. Will be the next time that I stream. So we'll enjoy the time that we have today. And after that, everything should kind of start going back to the normal streaming schedule. Probably after or slightly before Christmas, since I'm not planning on traveling for Christmas this year. So things will get back to normal soon, but just continue to be patient with me, guys. Unlike Hell of a Boss Mastermind, we have to hear hours of testimony from the culprit. Yeah! Actually, I think you were asking earlier, Gabe, which I preferred. Mastermind or You Didn't Know. You Didn't Know is the clear pick for me. I loved it. I thought it had a lot more emotion behind it. I thought the vocal performances overall were much stronger with You Didn't Know as opposed to Mastermind. I don't know, something about Stolas's performance it didn't hit it for me. It didn't hit me right. Not like You Didn't Know did. So yeah, I prefer You Didn't Know over Mastermind. Although I will say in Mastermind, there were two parts of that song that I really appreciated. I appreciated, Stolas and Blitz's little duet part, and I appreciated, Satan's part at the end. His VA did a great job making him sound menacing. So, yeah, that is one of the weirdest statements I've ever made. But yeah, he does have a nice set of pipes. You gotta respect that. Oh, which courtroom do you like better, as opposed to what? Between Heaven, Hell, and the Ace Attorney courtroom? Are we doing all three of them? Because it's going to be the Ace Attorney courtroom every time, but I would prefer Heaven's Court as opposed to Hell's Court, because that seems a little stacked. But speaking of courts and all that. Hey, what's up, Gundam? Welcome. Thanks so much. And speaking of courts and, oh my god. Like, I know this isn't actually a thing, and I really wish that it was, but I really want to see an Ace Attorney musical. I know that there is a fan musical of Ace Attorney floating around somewhere, but can you imagine if they just started freaking singing while arguing? It's the theater kid in me that thinks about that a lot. I would love to see it. And I know Sam Riegel can sing. Sam can sing. I mean, dude is freaking Scanlan, Critical Role. My dude's got some pipes. He can absolutely sing his butt off. And I will post proof of that later. Yeah! Quack. Thank you for the ducks. I got ducked. Thank you for that, NSM. Okay, I think that is my cue to go ahead and get this Gay Lawyer Sunday up and running. What do you say, guys? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me get my controller out real fast. Let's see. I forgot you had a duck redeem. Nobody expects the duck-pocalypse. But hello, Zelda NPC. Welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. Yeah, one of these days I just need to sit down and watch the Ace Attorney stage plays, like, start to finish. But I'm gonna have to watch them with subtitles because I am nowhere near as... Oh, for Pete's sake. Hang on a second. My controller isn't actually plugged in. Or my controller receiver isn't plugged in. I wish you could stop unplugging my stuff and not telling me. Okay, we're fine. Are we fine? Yes, we're fine. Okay. Thanks for the raid. Oh, look at that! Look! Yo! That is a good-ass start screen. I love that. I love that. But yeah, I need to sit back and watch the Ace Attorney musicals. There is one for Ace Attorney Investigations as well that I really want to check out. Let's see. Satan was voiced by Patrick Page, who is Judge Claude Frollo from the Broadway version of Hunchback. Oh! That explains why he's got pipes. Holy crap. I will say, out of all the Disney villain songs, Hellfire is probably my favorite one. It is so freaking good. Followed very, very closely by Poor Unfortunate Souls. All right, take care, NSM. Thanks so much for tuning in. All right, so it's been a bit. So to recap, we had a lot of revelations in the last episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. And no, there is no parrot here. The parrot is not back. But we learned that, yes, Callisto Yu and Sheena were in fact the same person. And she was in fact the legendary thief, Yatagarasu. Except the Yatagarasu was not just one or even two people. It was actually 3 people. As we learned that Detective Bad was also a member of the Yatagarasu, and the 3 of them worked together to pull off those crimes. But Sheena was exposed, taken away after Lane got shot in the leg. Don't worry, he's fine, probably. And thus the mystery of the Yatagarasu was solved, but we still have 2 murders to solve, because although Callisto was the Yatagarasu, she was not our killer. Let's find out who the killer actually was. No guarantees that I'm gonna finish the game today, because I think there's still quite a bit left in this case, but we're gonna give it our best shot, gang. All right. And I'm probably gonna have to re-look up all this evidence too, because it's been a while. I need to remind myself of what I've got. Also, can I just point out that Miles and Francisca are absolutely in the same pose, and I love when they do the sibling thing. That's so good. March 15th, 12:07 a.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. I was a lawyer too. I was a lawyer until I got shot in the knee. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm going to save that. Oh no! We got an auto-tune! Auto-tune is in play. All right, hold up. I've got it over here this time. I've got it ready to go this time. Okay, we're good? I think voice mod is working properly this time, so we're gonna do auto-tune for a little bit. And yes, that is a fantastic reference. Somebody please put that on a t-shirt with the screenshot of Lane getting shot. Give me a t-shirt of that. I will wear it. And nobody's gonna know what the hell it is. Alright. March 15th, 12:07 a.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. I need to actually be on the game. There we go. I sound far away? Are we good? I'm closer to the mic now. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I think we're alright. So now we know who the Yatagarasu really was. And yet, there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved. Like how the weapons cross country lines, for example. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in. Smuggling them in. We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Okay, well hold up. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we still have. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a VCR, Gumshoe. It's okay, baby. We'll get to you in a second. Okay, so we still have the embassy guide. We have the notes on Kochin's body. Single stab to the base of the neck. We have the Yatagarasu key. We have the Alabastian knife. We have Babal's premise. There. The Babal statue. The fake statue. This one's the fake. Babal's the fake one. Kadofian papers made of Babalese ink. Counterfeit bills. Alabast statue. That's the fake one. Damascus notes. We have the samurai spear. We have these passion flowers. Hold on a minute. I'm noticing that the red in these is similar. I don't know if that means anything or not. Someone take a note of that, please. We've got samurai dogs, which apparently is still relevant. Whatever, we still don't know what this weird-ass thing is. It's this guitar pick that I'm sure, almost 90% sure this is not, in fact, a guitar pick. Alright, we've got the fountain sprouts, that's gonna be relevant. The photo's still relevant. The fires are still relevant. The wire, which we still don't know what's going on there. Fireplace wall is gonna be relevant. The hair sticks that we picked up from Callisto at the end of the last chapter, along with the trump card and the videotape, which we also both have from last time. So there we go. There's our recap.
Hi, Kay.
All right. So yeah, we did. It seems like we kept a lot of it, but I guess everything having to do with the Yatagarasu got removed. So. Hey, there's a VCR here, sir. Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Bear gave us. This piece of evidence from the KG8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gumshoe, if you could, please play the tape for us. Sure thing, sir! Alright. What do we got on this tape? Oh? Oh, look what he's got! Look what he's got! This man, it's Manny Kochin.
And he's holding a knife in his hand.
This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building. An apartment building? How do you figure that? Unlike you, I actually read the summary file of the KT8 incident. On the crime scene was the victim's own apartment. So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building. At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of footage existed. However, no one could find it. Yes, somehow, someone was able to steal it or hide it through Mr. Ernest Amano. I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it. But it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case.
There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir. Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it. Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader. Where? Wait, what was that? Huh? I missed it. That bit you played just now. Please, show that to me again. Oh! I'm seeing flowers. That's a Bubbly's car, I believe, right? Wait, was Alabasta the one with flowers, or was it Bubble? Was it Babal? Uh-oh. Which one was which? I don't remember! It's been too long! This car. This is something we cannot overlook. Why is that, sir? Look here, Detective Gumshoe. It's gotta be the flag. Oh, it's Codofia. I'm putting a... Is it Codopia? I've been saying Codofia, but there's no H. Anyway. This is the national flag of the Principality of Codofia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing there? Old man?
Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. So you were here all this time.
Ambassador Harper.
Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. If only I was even a tiny bit more careful. This tragedy would never have happened. I am truly sorry.
This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were.
You idiot! Quercus?
How do we say this name? How are we saying this? Quercus? This friggin' D&D fantasy name. Quercus Alba. I'm trying to see the pun in the name, so that'll help me with the pronunciation. Quercus. I'm gonna go with that.
You idiot, Quercus! You couldn't even chase after a simple thief! Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that?
Excuse me?
I've heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away. So I hope that you can understand how I feel.
But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues.
Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastian and Poverty's police?
Ambassador, we are so close! Just a little more and...
Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right?
That's true. However, as he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastian soil. In which case, we have nothing but borders in their land. This is really where our investigation ends. was... Hey! Wow, he got over getting shot quickly. Hold it! Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Shifu, this way! Yo! Hey! What's up, boo? Okay, no, we ain't... Okay, I think that's about 10 minutes, either way, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch voice.
Thank you very much for the redeem, Sleepy. But, my boy Lang deserves the very best my voice has to offer. Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly. If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the sense of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Lang? Why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case, no matter what. Well, I'm sorry to inform you. And don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, so... Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable. Thank you for the duck, Tyrant! I don't know if I will watch Sonic 3 on Christmas. Cinemas close on the holidays. Oh, do they close? Are movie theaters closed in your country during Christmas? Ours are usually open. So chances are high I'm gonna be seeing, I would love to be able to see it opening night. But bearing that, it will absolutely be Christmas week. But yeah, to my knowledge, movie theaters are usually open on Christmas. And the only reason I know that is because my dad got bored one Christmas of sitting around the house and was desperately driving around on Christmas Day looking for something to do, and we eventually ended up going to a movie. But I don't remember what it is we saw. It was many, many years ago. All right, Lang. What sort of BS are you gonna pull to get us in? At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close. Oh, there he is! Ah, Ambassador Alba. I get it now. I really do. Oh? I'm very glad you understand how I feel.
Out of there, thank you.
No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder! You?
No!
The killer? Do you really mean that, Agent Lang? Wolves don't lie. Do we have confirmation on whether wolves lie or not? I feel like a wolf would lie. Or maybe I'm thinking of a fox. Well, then who is it? Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Cochin's murder. That was all Sheena. Oh, he got a confession out of Sheena. That's what it is. So Sheena killed the fake Master Mask. Supposedly. Langji says the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damask II's killer? I'll tell you who. Okay, yeah, no, he's full of bullshit. Sorry. It was you, Franziska von Karma. I was the killer?
Hey, wait! But that's impossible!
Yeah! Although that whip is actually pretty... Go! Hold your tongue on that ludicrous remark you are about to make! Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder? Yeah, I am. He doesn't appear to be joking. Hey, sis. I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right? Yes, he did. But what does that have to do with anything? I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabasta and Babel, did you not?
Objection!
And where is your evidence that I am the killer?
Knuckle back!
I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission?
With things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I?
Good. Then let's move out. Oh, and don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. As if I would have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I will accept nothing short of a perfect explanation. Oh, I want to see Francisca get him with that whip. I want to see it. I really want to see it. She seems rather upset. Not that I blame her. I expected that you'd accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that. Ugh.
Hold it!
Agent Lang, as someone related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part. And so that I may clear up my superior's mess. Oh... Is he trying to rib her, or is he actually trying to be supportive here? I guess I should. The more the merrier. Especially when it's the peanut gallery.
Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabasta yet.
Well, if you like Kayan, you gotta let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Vicama's in trouble.
Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay?
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and ready to go. As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over. Sounds like this is gonna get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride.
Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance.
I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go. Okay, so that was a twist I wasn't seeing coming. Is he still trying to protect Sheena? Like, this dude is quickly losing his shine for me. This dude is quickly losing his shine. He's gorgeous as hell, but he is losing his shine for me. Like, come on, dude. Come on. Now you're messing with Now you're messing with Francisco von Karma? No. I'm not cool with that. I'm also very confused. It's like, I feel like this case did not need to be as complicated as it was, but since it's technically the finale, I feel like that they're just throwing a whole bunch of shit at us just to pad out the game's runtime. I walked away and Lang was being a big damn hero. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now he's accused Von Karma. Now he's accused our sister, so no. All bets are off. Remember when you hated on Von Karma? Now you betray the hotness for her? Well, you know, she's growing on me, all right? All right? She's my sis. She's my sister. I gotta defend her. I gotta be a good big brother. Sister. Whatever. You know what I mean. All right, March 15th, 12:53 a.m., Alabastian Embassy Ambassador's Office. There we go. Ambassador's Office, let's go. Okay, now, let's first go over the facts one more time. Nanokochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babel. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabast's ornamental knives. And then, the body of the masked second, Mr. Kashino, was found here in the Alabastian Ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was this primitive statue. And that this is actually Babel's statue. This case, no matter how I look at it. Sis! If it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off! Objection! Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying? Of course I do, sis. And I'm serious. You were on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so, while people were distracted by the Yatagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire. Objection! Even if all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons? Don't worry. I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that, too. You had permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons across... Hey! Oh! Okay. Okay, it is quickly rocketing back into Lang's favor. He grabbed the whip, y'all! No one else has had the cojones to do that! Damn, just when I'm about to give up on Lang, he does something insanely cool that makes me fall for him again. Damn it! Whoa, hey now. Look, sis, I thought I already told you. I'm not messing around here. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring. But Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring. He is right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connections between this case and the ring, could it not be deeper than what any of us can imagine? Ugh! Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already! Francisca, you need to calm down. Because you only know the facts of the Alabastian side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it. What? But don't worry. I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence. That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well. Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damask II. You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. If you can't figure out how the murder of Damask II is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation. As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do. Come on, Mr. Prosecutor. Let's get started. Yes, let's. Oh, the tension between these guys is so good! The tension is so good! Ah, why's it gotta be like this? Alright, border crossing weapons, let's go. One of Alabast's knives was used in Babel to murder Mr. Cochin. And the murder weapon in the killing of Damask II is Babel's primitive statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Francisca will remain a suspect. You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss! Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself. What are you talking about? By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Don't tell me Lang Ji never said anything to that effect. He's so cool! You prosecutor! Who do you think you are speaking about Lang Ji's proverbs like that? I don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you will need to see the truth. He is such a dramatic little bitch! Oh, God, I love these guys. Edgeworth literally just said, F your proverbs. Oh, it's so good. It's so good! Yeah, good thing Snip's not here. They throw the box on me immediately. All right, let's stop the simping and let's focus, shall we? One of Alabast's knives was used in Babel to kill Mr. Cochin, yeah. The murder weapon in the killing of Damask II was the statue, yeah. Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. Let's press this. Impenetrable? I should hardly think so. You've seen the top of the wall between the two countries, right? Who in the world could cross over that?
Yeah, not even I could climb over that thing with all that barbed wire.
The only way into either embassy is through the doors in the Theatrum Neutralis. So the only way for the knife and the primitive statue to traverse the two countries is through those security camera-equipped, well-guarded doors. Something's off about this. The statues were swapped, though, right? Yeah, the statues were totally... Okay, yeah, it was a lot simpler than I thought. The statues were swapped. So, yeah, they absolutely could have gotten through this impenetrable security. Objection!
Objection!
Agent Lang, those 2 items are not the only 2 to cross the border tonight. Oh? Damask II was killed with Babal's Primadou statue, yes. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabast's Primadou statue go? To Babel. Precisely. And if the 2 statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies. I guess so. But you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that Sis is the one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabasta and Babel is her. I mean, so did we, but we're not the killer, though. Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the 2 countries? Actually, there was definitely another person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall. Oh, and this is where the photo comes in. Is that really so, Agent Lang? What a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the guard said, along with the security camera's footage. You're not gonna overturn my hypothesis that easily.
Objection!
But suppose there was some other way, other than through the theater doors. What other way? The other entity that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I point it out, it would open up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility. It looks like you got some clever idea in mind. I do. And I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence. Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that'll show me this other route. This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the 2 countries. It's time for the Sonic Wall Run!
Take that!
Agent Lang, I'm sure you are familiar with this unforgettable photo. That supernatural photo? Like I said before, humans can't fly! No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. And don't start claiming that she and I somehow grew wings either. I wouldn't dream of claiming that. And I won't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. But how can I prove who it was that flew in the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka! What are you planning, Miles? I'm a little bit lost here. Very well. You will have your explanation. Sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo's blurry trailed shadow is... Well, let me take a look at it. Not humanly possible. That's the phrase, right? So the last time this happened, it was a dead body that flew across the bridge. This time, I think I know. Not possibly human, right? But it is somewhat human-esque. Let's go for it.
Take that!
Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object. The Primadou statue replica. You can't be serious! Oh, he's sweating! That means we got it right! The Yatagarasu, or rather, Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent Shina, was inside Babel. She dressed the replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air. Mr. Prosecutor, you left out a very crucial bit in your explanation. I know I did. She launched it through the air? And how exactly did she do that? He's literally baring his fangs at me. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier? Hey sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right? So just before the murder, Francisca was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, then that may be another avenue I can pursue. Agent Lang, in order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear testimony from Miss Von Karma. Huh? What are you up to now, pretty boy? Earlier, you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer. Yeah, I guess I did say something like that. In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her what her side of the story is. You really think a criminal is gonna tell us the honest truth? How dare you! As I have said numerous times, there's absolutely no proof I am the killer! Myers Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too! I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time. Which is why I would like to hear about it from you. Francisca, I feel that I still don't have enough information. Which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. Come on, Franny. Just cooperate with them. All right. So, what would you like me to talk about? I'd like for you to please testify to your movements up until you came into this room. All right. Let's try this your way for a change. But if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her under arrest faster than you can howl no! As you wish. All right, here goes. I'm playing Marvel Rivals right now. It's great. Oh, is that the new, that's a new one that just came out, right? That's, ain't that a mobile game? I kind of stay away from the mobile scene, just as a personal preference. But, I've been hearing good things about Rivals. I'm glad you're enjoying it. All right, movements in Alabast. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastian embassy. After I saw the steel samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office. Okay. Where's the problem here? Francisca, I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct? Yes, of course. I see. For now, the only way that I can see for us to break out of this situation is to ask Francisca about her testimony in more detail. Okay, rebuttal. You do play Pokemon Go. Okay, well, Pokemon Go is the exception to the rule. Because it's Pokemon, and Pokemon is the thing that made me jump ship from Sega to Nintendo, so it's kind of it kind of gets a pass for me. Also, it's one of the few things that is encouraging me to stay somewhat active aside from going to the gym. So, you know, it's a health benefit. I have a doctor's note. I don't actually, but that's the excuse I'm going to use. Movements in Alabast. All right, let's see what the problem is here. As I said before, I was assigned to guard duty. Okay, that checks out. After I saw the Steel Samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. Let's press this for a second. Let's find out more. Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech? For security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew just how the Yatagarasu had planned on getting in, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. And in the end, the Yatagarasu did choose to appear in the Rose Garden. Even if it did turn out to be nothing more than a shadow. Who would have thought that she would use a shadow? Calm down, Francisca! She must still be nursing a grudge over the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself. Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden. And we were aware that the speech was set to start soon after. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back. Alright, yeah, let's press this. This seems important. At that time, Damask II's body had yet to be found in this room. Is that correct? That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence. A criminal will say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do we know you're not lying? Well, if you need proof, I would be happy to oblige you. Seriously? Like I keep telling you, when I arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants. I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office. All right, then. Add that statement to your testimony, and let's hear some details. So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time, was he? All right.
Hold it!
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill? What do you mean by that? The entrance to this room is on this side. However, the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, then when you entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing. Isn't that not correct? I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him. But fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me, with a watering can in his hand. So it was only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right? I suppose. After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers. He had obtained them himself, and is growing them with the utmost care, you know. Yes, the plants in this room, they are all like my children. The passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully too. All 4 of them are in full bloom. Wait, 4? I counted 2! Miss Von Karma, what did you say just now? I said that the flowers are growing beautifully. What about that statement do you not understand? What do I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way it is. I would like for you to append that statement to your testimony. Very well. There were 4 large passion flowers in full bloom in the flower box. Oh, no, ma'am. I only count 2. I only count 2. Hate to do this to you, sis, but... Objection!
Objection!
Francisca, for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence. It does appear that way. I knew it! I knew we couldn't trust your word, sis!
Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing discrediting Miss Von Karma like this?
Yeah, sir! If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away! All I've done is state what I saw! I have not made a single mistake in my testimony! And for this, I am still under suspicion for murder? Is the number of flowers really all that important at this juncture, Miles? At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant. Then let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove? I believe the answer to that will become clear if we were to examine the flower box. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy.
They're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
I understand. Okay, I knew something was up with the flower box. I called it, like, right away. It looked like something had been dug out of there. I was super right about it. This might be a bit out there, but is it possible that Lang is fake accusing Francisca? Ambassador Alba said this was our last chance to investigate. Maybe Lang is giving us a chance to continue. I kind of doubt it, given his previous track record. That is an interesting theory. I don't know if he would be willing to go to bat for us like this yet, though. I mean, we did just reveal that his personal secretary was actually a thief and murderer. But I don't know if he would be ready to go to bat for us like this. That's an interesting theory, though. I do like that. All right. Let's take a look at the flower. The name of these flowers. I believe they are called passion flowers. Despite being called flowers, they are actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well, and are well supported by these plant supports. Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, it looks like there's only 2 here to me. You realize, don't you, sis? Your little lie has failed you. Ugh! Miles Edgeworth! Hurry up and shut up this man for me already! I suppose I will need to use some evidence to shut him up, won't I? Oh! Okay. I just thought of something. So you know how I was like focused on the Steel Samurai and the flower supports being the same color? You know what else we picked up that was also red and could absolutely be used for this? The hair sticks. The hair sticks were here first, I think. I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require. Is my mic staticky? Hang on a second. Yeah, I need to check on my my mic settings. I don't know if something got jostled around or not. Is that better? Does it still sound a little staticky? If not, I may need to unplug it and plug it back in temporarily. Same? Alright, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. Testing. Does that sound better? Are we good now? We good? Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on with this dang mic, dude. I thought I had fixed it, but it's still anyway. Back to the game. Oh, you do you? You have such confidence in the face of your current plight. But I highly doubt it'll last until the end. You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang. But we'll see if you have any bite to blah 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 blah. I talk for a living. But we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bark after you see the evidence. The truth the passion flowers reveal can be seen in this piece of evidence. Boom! Hair sticks!
Take that!
Got him! She-Na, who was supposedly in Babel the entire time, had these hair sticks on her that look exactly like the plant supports in this flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are, in actuality, support sticks for the passion flowers. And so what? Is this really all that important to this case? Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight. Hi-ya! Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks weren't originally... Oh, hang on. Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in Alabast, but somehow they wound up in She-Na's hands, who was in Babel the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife and the statue. Ugh. Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Babel. It seems that there's less of a wall and more of a freeway through these ways. Yeah. A little bit. How did these support sticks find their way to Babel? And why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up here. Aha! So that's why. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape. It's just another stick, isn't it? And so it is. But the shape of the support stick is what's important. For when they are used with something in this room, that's when it all comes into focus. And the object that completes this picture when used with the support sticks is... No way! No way! No way! You know, I have had in my mind a scenario where somebody is murdered with an ice pick fired from a crossbow. And I am so mad that Ace Attorney had the exact same idea! It's the goddamn crossbow! Oh! No! I wanted to be the one with the crossbow murder me! I wanted it to be my idea! It's not fair! It's not fair! I had such a good plot worked up for a crossbow murder! I had such a good plot and they took it from me! No! Oh! I'm so annoyed right now! Well, wait. It should have been me! Not him! I was the one who was supposed to fill your dark soul with light! I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm alright. I'm just really... Actually, you know what? If we're gonna take an optimistic outlook, it means that I am on the same wavelength as the writers of Ace Attorney. If we think about it that way, that makes me feel a lot better, actually. Alright, crossbow, let's do it. That's a crossbow. Wait, you're not really suggesting... I am. These hair sticks, or rather, plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows. The technical term is bolts, Edgeworth, not arrows. I've done it. I found the common thread that connects the two offices. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been who fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all of these things together. Uh-oh. What do you got now? Sue him for plagiarism. No! This game came out, like, way before I even came up with the idea. I'm just gonna take it as we're on the same wavelength and be content with that. Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all! Okay, yeah. How is this feat of engineering gonna work? So Babel's statue was draped in the Yatagarasu's clothes and then shot over here. Even if you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the Prima statues didn't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you? I don't know that being on the same wavelength as the Ace Attorney guy says about your mystery skill. Let me have this! I need something to comfort me after my idea was completely stolen. Thanks. The Prima statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't. Oh, glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact. It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation. What? You need to free your mind a bit more and let it fly like a bird on the wind. A bird on the wind? Any particular bird you have in mind, Miles? Any particular mythological bird you're thinking about right now? Just saying. Just saying. Your pining is showing awfully hard right now. You may not realize it, but it is. Also, wolves totally lie. There's even a saying for it. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah! Yeah! You're super right, Stumpy! You're super right! Oh my god, why didn't he hit him with that? That would have been great! Oh, that's good. Write that down. I don't know why, but write that down. I feel like that's something I can use. He's using Confucius-style wisdom like Lang is attempting to use. Yes! It's so good! I can't get rid of the emojis. There we go, thank you. The Primadou statues did fly, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time, and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you. I don't know. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Back when we first met Edgeworth, I was absolutely furious when he was being a little shit like this. But now that we're the little shit, I love it. I love it. We're so much smarter than everybody else. It's so good. Babel's statue was draped in the Atsugurasu clothing and then shot over here. Let's go into more detail here. But that incredible scene just happened to have been caught on film, resulting in this photo. And what an incredible scene it was! This photo was taken by a freelance photojournalist, right? Yes, so I hear. And not every photojournalist is known to be honest, right? Especially not the ones that sell photos of spirits and giant creatures to tabloids. Yes, I know what you mean. I've seen those sorts of photos many a time in court. But there have been times when those photos have turned out to be telling the truth. Yeah, we really need to get Lotta in here. Where is Lotta? If you had ever stood in a court of law, you would know that it's entirely plausible. Yeah, it totally counts. Just like sketches of flying women over bridges counts. It counts. It totally counts. Do you really believe the stuff you're spewing right now? A courtroom certainly is a strange place if what you say is true. But there really is something odd about that photo, no matter how you look at it. Even if he fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to him. That's true. But I think I'm seeing how this is gonna work. Lotta versus Lang. Who wins? Better than the Tyson Jake Paul fight. Ouch! It's true! Ouch, though. But we are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct? But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing. No, that's not necessarily true. What? What I need right now is not further discussion of my conclusions. It is the launching of my conclusions. What the shooter wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statues themselves. Someone shouted zipline in the chat earlier. I think that was you, Stumpy. I think you're totally right. We're doing a makeshift zipline here. But rather, something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues. If it wasn't a statue, then it had to be the wire! Objection!
Objection!
Finally, we have reached this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow. Oh, I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're saying the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Coach's office. All the way from the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy down to the 3rd floor of the Babalese Embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabast's primitive statue could be moved. Gravity could be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th to the 3rd floor. But then, what about Babel's primitive statue? The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Babel, going in the opposite way of gravity, from the 3rd floor of the Babalese Embassy up to the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy. How do you explain that? I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick works. Agent Lang, the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head. Motion? What motion? This is the motion that was employed to smuggle the primitive statue. Okay, hang on a second. Rotary motion, swinging motion, bungee action. Probably not bungee. Probably not that. Swinging motion? Doesn't make a lot of sense. So wait, are we saying that this was like fired and then a wench was involved? I'm trying to think of what it would I mean, I guess if you attached it to the rotating fireplace, then I can see how that could sort of be a wench. But you'd have to spin that thing a whole lot of times. Wait a second. I'm trying to think of something else that would spin. Was there a ceiling fan in his office? Oh my god, I think we just came up with the exact same... I think we came up with the exact same thing at the exact same time, dude. Alright, you know what? We're gonna go for it. I'm gonna save my game first, because I'm not 100% sure I'm right. But let's go with rotary motion. I believe it was done via rotary motion. If the two statues were transported simultaneously... Simultaneously? Get real! The statue would collide somewhere along the way!
Objection!
Did I ever say there was only one line of wire between the two offices? Ah! Give us the full picture next time, please! Thank you! That'll help! If you shot an arrow with the two ends of the wire tied to it, a circular belt can be formed.
Knuckle back!
Langji says, don't object and call a success what is beyond reasonability. Taking into account the tension differences between the two wires, the top one would sag too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway. Oh, now you suddenly have brains.
Objection!
Agent Lang, as you know, the primitive statue is a one-of-a-kind national treasure. and the fact that Bobble's statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Langji says... Can't even think of nothing now. Here was what I believe happened. Miss Yu and her mysterious co-conspirator set themselves up in 2 different rooms. The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the 2 ends of the wire down on 1 arrow. Then, the 2 of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire down to Babel, where it was to be disposed of. And to do that, Miss Yu hid it inside the grandfather clock, QED. This proves it, right, Agent Lang? That I am not the killer?
No, not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet.
Right, Mr. Prosecutor. What do you mean by that, sir? The proof is in the pudding, as it were. What the hell are you guys on about now? Why are we suddenly talking about pudding?
So, do you think you can prove it? Can you prove that what you said is what happened? Because remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir.
I agree that as long as there is no proof, my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there is one more piece of evidence.
One more? This should be interesting.
Yeah, no, that was a really creepy way to word it, Lang. Sir, chill out.
You think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into a fact? Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor!
The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. I believe that it is right here in this very room. Now then, I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible. No, we're not talking about the Tengu. We're not going to talk about this. Just ignore that. I'm sure that means absolutely nothing. Ceiling fan.
Take that!
Looks like you dropped another bomb on us again.
The last piece to the trick are 2 pulleys. Precisely. The ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there is one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypassed the impenetrable security.
You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot is that set up this real-life stage show, don't you?
The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both the Alabastian and Babyliss offices. Yeah, Lang is losing it. Lang is losing it very quickly. And that the passion flower support stakes could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case.
Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food!
Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do? A single point of the finger here, and this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now but to rush in. There is a piece of evidence that will point us to who this mysterious mastermind is. He very much strikes me as the type who would take a betrayal very badly, since he cares so much for his subordinates. That is true. Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. But still, I don't know if it's enough for him to make us go to bat for us. More to the point, there is a piece of evidence that will point us to who the mastermind is. Well, it would be the hair sticks, right? Or the crossbow arrows, or the plant support. These things!
Take that!
This smuggling could not have been made possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had the time to grow so big that Miss Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited this room today. Oh, I think I see where this is going. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both offices had ceiling fans tells us that the person has very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So as you may have already guessed, the person I am accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Cassius Alba! Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I'm certain of what I am saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit.
Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that?
I understand your need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as very odd.
Just one thing, huh?
The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. It's gotta be the real statue. It's gotta be the one that was used as a weapon, right?
Take that!
That's what this is all about. I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been the reverse. However, to go to the trouble of swapping the real Primitive statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Primitive himself?
I see.
Ambassador,
We'll be examining that statue now.
with or without your permission. Got nothing to say, old man? The old guy is a mastermind, but he's so old. I know. There have been so many twists and turns. I feel like this should be a bigger revelation than it is, but there have been so many twists and turns in this case that I'm just like, head is spinning. We've already discussed the handprint. So where else could it? The head?
This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador.
I suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. It looks like a gap.
Oh, hey, you're right! Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret?
Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from the gap in the construction. What? Hurry and open it, Miles! All right, here goes. Whoa, what?
Whoa! It really did open up! Hey, what is this thing that fell out?
I believe a more thorough examination of it is required. Oh, is that the... That's the... Oh, okay, I wasn't sure what it was, but no, it's the printing plates! What in the... is this? Hey, is that what I think it is? It's a plate for making counterfeit bills! Somehow, it appears that we have at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates. And the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alabas to begin with. The primitive statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat. And the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Shina, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damask II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damask II and... Then, in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba? You're the leader of the smuggling ring? My country is a mess. And it's all because of you? You're the one who killed Damask II? Answer us! Uh-oh.
I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Cochin.
Quit screwing around! I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass guilt on to a dead man! If there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that you're the real ringleader, Cassius Alba!
It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang.
Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but, and is the result of logic and investigation!
Logic and investigation? Only seconds ago, you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma. I don't think we can give such flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you?
Damn. Alba just calling him out. All right. Why are we laughing? Lang, you've been proud to dismiss logic as soon as you first appeared. It is somewhat. He's been a shit to us this whole game for no apparent reason. So it is kind of nice to see him get put in his place a little bit.
It looks like you still don't get why I came back. Excuse me? You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. From the very beginning, my real target has been you!
What?
Agent Lang, I demand an explanation! Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you through all that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning.
Oh! Zach, you called it! You and Stumpy both called it super hard!
You did? I knew that this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. Though without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in to take another look around. So that's why you put on this big show to accuse Francisca of the murder. Using Francisca as the bait, you were able to gain us entry and investigative rights. Yep. If I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around. So that's what this was all about.
Very well. I forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening, I thank you.
You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow, if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic.
Oh my god. Okay, no, but the way that they're posed right here, it has all the vibes of we saw you from across the club and we liked your vibes. I love this. This is a good. Someone screen cap this, please, because I love the two of them being shady shits together. I love this. This is so good. The evidence detectives collect, combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That is just how it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right?
Don't know about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see this old man get what's coming to him.
Oh, you're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you?
Hey, you...
Stumpy! No! No, 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 no. I brought somebody home, Phoenix. Can we keep him? No! No! No, 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 no. We are not out here making the OTP and OT3. We're not out here making an OT3, okay? Oh, no. Oh, no! Oh, my God. No, don't make this... Don't make this into a love triangle.
Oh, my.
God, dude. Oh, my God. This is amazing. This is amazing. Oh, I don't want the right word. Brain rot is already so strong. I don't need this thrown into the mix. I don't need this in the mix. But God, what a mix it would be. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Y'all out here making me have such unholy thoughts. What the hell? All right, moving on.
Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis.
Right, we're saying, yeah. Oh no, 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 not like this, not like this. Seriously.
But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me.
Agent Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser! If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity.
Dignity? That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence. I tell you, I knew nothing. Really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
Objection!
They're the Triforce, courage, right, Edgeworth, wisdom, Lang, power. Oh, no. Do you understand the fan art that you've just created, Stumpy? Do you understand what you've just done? Do you understand that you've put Edgeworth in Zelda's dress?
No!
Do you understand the full implications of what you've done, sir? You only have yourself to blame for what's coming.
You swapped a real
You can play all the ducks you want. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. The floodgates are open. It can't be stopped now. Oh, man.
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything.
It doesn't make sense? Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense?
He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us.
This guy's...
The proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, a protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence.
Uh-oh. No! Come on. Von Karma is gonna be the one to save the day? Shut up. Is this the return of the demon prosecutor?
Needless to say, we Von Karmas are commanded to achieve nothing but victory. And by any means necessary.
The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time.
Oh! Oh! Hang on! Hang on, y'all! Hang on, y'all! Hang on. I'm gonna save my game, first of all, because I feel like there's a big choice coming up. I feel like we have a character-defining moment coming.
I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma. And I won't follow the path of the Yatagarasu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands in illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, I will lose the truth. What is the law? What is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? That choice is one I must make by my own hand, here and now.
So what do we do, guys? What's the right choice here? I feel like using the trump card is the way to go, but that would be... Wouldn't that make us no better than Von Karma if we used illegal evidence? Not forged evidence. Forged evidence is the wrong term, but illegal evidence? But maybe that's the point here. If this turns out to be the route to a bad ending, I'm gonna be really mad at y'all. But I just saved my game. I'm gonna save the game again because I'm not sure. Okay. Slot 1. Alright. Alright. Let's use it.
There is no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show.
I think that this is the evidence. The evidence, while not legal, is the path to the truth. I think you're right, and I think the truth, in Miles's case, the truth is what matters more than anything else, is uncovering the truth behind the matter. He said so himself in Justice for All. The truth is what he was after. That's why he disappeared for an entire year. And that he disappeared for an entire year to completely reevaluate his life, essentially. We're never going to know what exactly happened in that year. Only fan fiction knows. And believe me, there's been a lot of it. But ultimately, what the conclusion Miles came to is that the truth above all else is what matters. So, yeah. I guess this is the lengths we'll go to get to the truth. He was actually just sipping Mai Tais in Tahiti. How was Tahiti? Tahiti was oh God, what was that phrase they kept using in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? What was that phrase they kept using? Like, Tahiti was a dream come true or something like that? It was like a... Oh, God. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? In Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Tahiti was like their code word for like when they were brainwashing people. Or no, not brainwashing, but like when they brought people back to life with their weird bullshit technology. There was like a... Oh, God, what was it? What was it? Ah, people who watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., help me! No, what? No, screw it. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. What was it? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Tahiti. Tahiti quote. It's a magical place. That's what they kept saying about Tahiti. It was a magical place. That was their code word for when they were bringing people back to life and got brain blasted. Tahiti is a magical place. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what happened. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was like really good at the first like two. The first two seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. were quite good, and then they started doing they started tying it in too much to the movies, and the plots kind of went off the rails, and it kind of dipped down from there. What happens in Tahiti stays in Tahiti. Yep, exactly.
Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this.
Oh? I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life.
It is a directives card, used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates.
Oh, is that what it is?
This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG-8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin.
Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession?
Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu gave that to you?
Don't talk nonsense. And let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from the ringleader?
I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given.
What?
This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG-8 incident.
The KG-8 incident?
The card and the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate.
Very interesting. I must admit, I am very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you've presented.
The prey the Yatagarasu has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man, who has had free reign for 10 long years, to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me.
March 5th, 1:34 a.m., Theater of New Chalice Lobby.
So, what is this interesting thing that you wanted to show me?
The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir! What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG-8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves that the card was used to relay an order.
Take that!
The knife, right? Uh-oh, I may have goofed up. I saw a red flash. I may have goofed up a little bit. I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Damn it. I thought because it was a directive. I thought the knife was like what the directive card said. I think I just need to pick the card. Edgeworth, my beloved. Yes! Hello! Huzzles! Welcome! Thanks so much for tuning in today! Did I goof up a little bit? Okay, I'm actually... Now I'm starting to second guess myself. So it's not the card. Maybe instead of the knife I need to click on the hand itself? Maybe?
Take that!
I think I was... Nope, I was wrong. Damn it! I need to remain calm, take another look. All right. What is the vital clue that shows us that the card was actually used? This is the section that proves that the card was used to relay an order. Am I just being dumb? Do I actually need to click on the card itself? Okay, yeah. I was being stupid. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. The heart of the... yeah. The heart of the cards. Yeah, all right. Haven't seen that emote in a while. The dumb emote was fully deserved there. I'm a bit of a doofus.
As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding the card in his right hand.
Oh, I see.
I was so stuck on the idea that the card said bring a knife. That's what I kept trying to do, but I guess I just needed to click the card itself.
The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. But that card and the one you have, just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are, does it now?
But there is a very easy way for me to prove that they are in fact one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. Ba-bam! This dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were laid out in that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG-8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as fact.
Alba remains unimpressed.
If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building. It's an official Cadofian embassy car.
What?
Detective Gumshoe, if you could, please magnify the footage.
It's a VHS tape! How player? Wait! What kind of VCR player is this? The VCR players don't have this function? CSI does it. Well, CSI is bullshit. No VCR player can do this. Come on. You gotta tell me that a freaking CRT in the middle of an embassy has this particular functionality? No, it doesn't work like that. This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Codofia. Well, it's gotta be this.
Take that!
Not even the best tech we have on the planet can enhance an image like this. Yeah, exactly! It would be blurry as shit! You wouldn't be able to tell nothing! CSI Japanifornia. Yeah. Cue the freaking Who music. They can't put it on TV if it's not true. Everyone knows that. Oh, you sweet summer child, you. The shape of this pocket and the directives card in it. It tells us that without a doubt, this person in this car is Mr. Cochin. The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera. And with it, we can easily find out who was sitting in this car on that day, 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day. Oh God, he's turning Super Saiyan! Oh yeah, okay. Not quite as impressive as I was thinking, but no, that old man act was just an act! Let's go! You've done well, boy, to make it this far. However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at the time, that's going to be mighty difficult to prove. How so? The Principality of Codofia no longer exists. So naturally, all records from that time period also no longer exist. That arrogance. What he really means is he's already erased all traces of them. Are we finished here, boy? The only weapon I have left to me now is this piece of footage. There must be something here I can use against him. Yeah, he suddenly became tall and handsome. Oh, hang on. What's that?
Take that!
This dude has all the shiny medals. Every single one of them bought from Party City.
What the? Ambassador Alba!
Yes?
What is it? You were once an army man in the service of Codofia. And it was you who made the many missions you participated in successes, correct? Why the sudden backhanded praises, boy? Although, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Codofia. But now, I am the only one who owns this particular medal. In that case, the only person it could be who is sitting in this car is you! And how do you figure that?
You just told us, dumbass!
By the medal captured here in this footage. It is clearly the same exact medal as the one on your chest! Oh God! What the hell happened to his face? What? What is that supposed to be? What is that supposed to even signify? Is his foundation falling off? What the hell? Did Sailor Moon hit him on the I don't know. He got hit by something. Is he gonna just dissolve into dust? Yeah, he was absolutely disintegrated. There are so many. He's being Thanos. He's Mirror Man. He's a mutant. I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. Please excuse my language. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm so confused. So confused. It's not so inevitable anymore. Yeah. Oh my God. This is how it will be. But I won't look back. For this is the path that I have chosen. You have moved me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth. Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me? It's almost looking possible, isn't it? For the lot of you to have come this far, it looks like I just might lose our little game this time. You might lose the game this time? You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador! Is that a fact? Very well. I've decided to confess and admit my guilt. You're going to confess? He's got something planned! And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result. What the? He's giving up too easy! Regarding the Mask the Second murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense. You're claiming it was justified self-defense? Damask II attacked me and I felt my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him. What a pathetic performance. I'm not giving you one.
Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times.
If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence. It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what you require, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked. What? I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was in self-defense. Okay. I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should. But the Mask II didn't have a single weapon on his body! Hold on. It's nothing to get worked up over because I hid the weapon. You hid it? I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even if it's in self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public, seeing as how I am an ambassador. This is the weapon you seek. My special bonsai trimming shears.
Ugh, it's covered in blood.
He was trembling quite badly during our struggle. But that's when he grabbed the shears I was sitting in my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense.
Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth?
since he has both a wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so.
No way!
Oh, which reminds me. I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge it was going on.
Stop spewing nonsense! You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation! If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you! The murder of Damas II was done in self-defense? In my trials, no man escapes his crimes alive!
Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there is one very important fact I think you may have forgotten.
And what is that? That's what you mean! Extraterritoriality!
That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastian soil. So any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts.
Agent Lang, what is Interpol's status on this? Agents investigate. That's our job. The judgment of people who have confessed to their crime. That's the court's job. Ugh.
And I've already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts.
That arrogance and your expression. That's nothing like the face of somebody who's ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands!
These crimes you all speak so seriously of. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabast has numerous other embassies in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game.
These 2 layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him. This is why he's one of those who cannot be brought to court.
You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers.
Is there nothing we can do?
Yeah, nah, we're in a tough spot, y'all. We are did I actually get the bad ending by mistake? Does the fact that he confessed on neutral territory mean anything? It should. It should. He technically wasn't in the embassy. Yeah, no, there's a lot of curveballs being thrown here, man. There's a lot happening here. It is damn near making my head spin. Honestly, this is coming close to replacing the third case as my least favorite. Which third case? The third case in this game? Because there's a lot of third cases that are everyone's least favorite. Yeah, no. You don't throw all these curveballs at the end. Like, come on. This is... you know what this is reminding me of is... It reminds me a little bit of the later seasons of Midsummer Murders. When they just start throwing out suspects at random. It's reminding me of that a little bit, and it's annoying. It's really annoying. That being said, I mean, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Midsummer Murders. It is my comfort, cozy murder mystery show. I love it. And the early seasons were incredible. But, like, in later seasons, they really do just throw suspects in out of nowhere. And, yeah, it's really annoying. I need to watch that sometime. You do! Please do! It's on Prime. I don't know if it requires a BritBox subscription, because we have BritBox. But if you're able to, you should absolutely watch Midsummer Murders. It's one of my favorite murder series. I would definitely start with the first episode is probably... The first episode was the most impactful for me. That was the one that, it was not the first episode that I saw, because my husband, when he introduced me to the show, he showed me a couple of his favorite episodes first before we started from the very beginning, which I normally don't like, but in this case it worked. Just because that the way that murder mysteries are, there's not like an overarching plot connecting everything, so I didn't feel like I was just being dropped into the middle of something. But yes, the killings at Badger's Drift. Start there and then work your way down, because Killings at Badger's Drift is incredible. It is so good. It has one of the highest body counts for a cozy murder mystery that I've ever seen. That's all I'm going to say. I won't say any more. That's your homework tonight, chat. That's your homework tonight. Before I come back from my Christmas vacation, watch Midsummer Murders and then we'll discuss it. Well, there will be a quiz. You will be graded. Okay, but this plus the fact that I was at Anime Frontier doing voice acting auditions all of yesterday, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here for now. But I will say that when I come back, there will be several finales. When I come back from Christmas break, we will finish the first Ace Attorney Investigations game. And then we will be, from that point on, we will move on to Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, which I am very, very excited to start. I have already got voices in mind for the new characters, some of the new characters. So I'm very much looking forward to it. In addition, we will also be finishing up Silent Hill 3. We are very close. We're pretty close to the end of the game. It's probably going to be a little bit of a longer stream on Tuesday and on Sunday, for that matter, when I come back. But we are going to try and finish those up. I want to get both of them done before Christmas. So we are going to do that. We're also going to be back with more Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, more Elden Ring, and the long-awaited return of Supersonic Saturdays. We're going to finish up Sonic Generations as well before Christmas. We're going to finish that too. And then we're going to move on to a new Sonic game. Which, by the way, Sonic Rumble is scheduled to come out either later this month or early next year. And I very much plan on playing Sonic Rumble on Supersonic Saturdays. It is free to play, and it's Fall Guys, but with Sonic. So it should be fun. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. I am going to go on vacation for about a week. So I will miss you guys terribly. But I'm celebrating an early Christmas. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your week. I will see you guys on December 16th. Will be the next time that I stream. And we'll be back with more Paper Mario that night. And I'll tell you all about my trip to Colorado. Hopefully I will have stories to tell. Good stories, not bad stories. Yes, Merry Early Christmas. It's several days away, but this is basically going to be my Christmas. So, hope you guys enjoy a week. Have a great week without me. I will see you guys when I come back. But for now, this is SGG signing off. Stay super, everybody, and I will see you guys on the 16th. Take care!